Hello guys, this is Lokesh and welcome back to the channel. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about the ways to do problem solving. So in today's lecture we will be looking into the basics of C programming, things which are required to do programming language of C. So today we will be discussing the topics of basics of C, where we'll be learning how the structure of a C program looks. We understand the basic concepts of C programming, which are tokens, what are keywords, identifiers, basic data types, and sizes of the data types. And as well, and also we will learn operators in C, what is an operator precedence and associativity. And also we will learn type conversion and basic input-output statements. And I'll show you a simple program which I have shown you already in the last class. So I'll be showing you some other program. Okay. So let's start the lecture today for the class. We're looking into C language components. What are the components in a C language or in a C program we see? So C language components. So basically there are four types of components in C languages. One is a character set, another is a token, another is a variable, another is the data type. So what is a character set? Character set is nothing but the set of characters which are defined in a C programming. So let us give the definition first. Character set is a set of valid characters that a language can recognize. A character represents any letter, digit, or any other sign. So in a program, what you can see is only these things. You will see letters like A to Z, which are capital, and also you will see A to Z, which are small, and also you will see digits 0 to 9, and also you can see few special symbols like ampersandile, at the rate, hash, dollar symbol, power, and we see white spaces, which is a blank space in a horizontal tab, and a new line is nothing but backslash n is the new line which we use to go to the new line. So these things which we will see in the program. Other than this, we won't see anything. Okay, this is what about a character set means. Now moving on to the tokens. Tokens are nothing but the smallest individual unit in a program is called a token. So just have the definition. We will look into the more defined way of token. What is a token basically is? So basically there are five types of tokens, which are first one is a keyword, second is identifier, third is constant, fourth one is punctuation, fifth one is operator. So we'll look into every token one by one. Okay. So what is a keyword? Keyword is nothing but those are reserved words which cannot be reused again. Reused in the sense which we cannot uh, change the format of the keyword. If it is predefined, you cannot change it. That's what it means. Keywords are reserved words. Those words which will help will help the programmer, not the programmer itself, but also the system to what it actually means is. So, for examples of a keyword is like we have int, we also have main, we also have so many. There are so many keywords, character, and you can see short. We can also see double. We can also see something like return. Return is one of keyword. So there are so many. So these things you cannot make any grammatical mistakes in. It's like you can't write it like capital all capitals. This is wrong. These are not a keyword. This will be considered as a variable. So keywords in the sense they are predefined with a reserved. You cannot change it. That's what it means. Even for example, even if for main you can't write like m capital and remaining small. So this is also not about. Keyword is something which is predefined and you cannot change it. That's what it means. And also you must understand that C language is a case sensitive language. That is very important. Now moving on to the next token, which is identifier. Identifier nothing but identifier refers to a name of the variable, function, and array. These are user-defined names, and user an identifier in C can be made up of letters, digits, and underscore. Identifier may start with either alphabet or underscore. The underscore is used to make the identifier easy to read and mark the functions or library number. So what does it mean? Is that it is nothing but a variable which is used to identify something. It would be easy for you to understand it in a example wise. So for example, if you give it like A is a variable, and also it is an identifier. B is also an identifier. C is also an identifier, and there are some rules to write an identifier. Like it should not start with a digit. You cannot start an integer with a digit. That is wrong. And also, you cannot start an identifier with an special character. That is also wrong. So in simple terms, identifier is nothing but which is used to identify the variable. So A, B, C, D, all these are variables which are used to identify something. So which what is that something we will understand it later part of the course. So just to brief note, identifier is nothing but it is used to identify the variable, function and others. That's it. The rules I will discuss it in the next slide. Okay. So now moving on to the constants. So constant in C refers to fixed values that do not change during the execution of a program. So it means like if you declare A equals to 10, this is fixed. You cannot change it again. Once the program started its execution, you cannot change its value. Within the program, the variable can be changed. Like if you, for example, if you give A equals to 10 at one part at one line of the code, and also you can change it again to A equals to 20. So we can change it within the code, but while the code is getting executed, you cannot you cannot change it like a equals to 10 again. You cannot when the code is getting executed, you cannot change it to 20. That's what it means. So it is a fixed value which cannot be changed during the execution of the code. That's what it means. So like uh, we have so many predefined ways of numerical constants. So one is like we have integer constant, we also have float constant, and we also have yeah, we have integer constant and float constant. In C programming does not support any uh, complex numbers, so that's the thing you need to remember that C does not support any complex numbers. So we have only two, which are integer constant and float constant. So now coming to integer constant, what is a decimal constant? Decimal constant is nothing but uh, how can you put it? Decimal numbers like in A equals to 10, this is a decimal number. B equals to 20, it is a decimal number. And octal. So octal is nothing but so before we going into this integer constant, one thing I want to explain you is that just give me a second, let me erase these things. So in a program, a variable, a constant is stored in a binary values, right? I hope you know this that in a program, every value is stored in a binary because system only understands zeros and ones. It does not understand any alphabetical or anything. Every character is converted into a binary number. Okay, so which is nothing but 0, comma 1. Now, for example, if you have 8, 8 is like what? This is 8. If you want 10, what is 10? 1, 0, 1, 0. This is 10. So so in C programming, every number is converted into 8 this binary numbers only. It is represented in binary only. But the specialty of C is that we can do it in a decimal as. That is the specialty. It will be converted into binary by the compiler and the other stuff, which is not required during this course. So now 8. So 8 is like decimal. So this will be like this, and this is also decimal like this. Now coming to octal. What does octal mean? Octal means that the maximum number it can have is 8, 0 to 8 only. 0 to sorry 0 to 7. The radix is 8, and the maximum number the range of that octal constant is 0 to 7. It cannot have numbers other than 0 to 7. As per the decimal we have like what 0 to 9. The range of decimal is 0 to 9 and range of octal is 0 to 7, and the range of hexadecimal is 0 to f. This is the range of octal. This is the range of sorry this is the range of hexadecimal, and this is the range of octal, and this is the range of decimal. Okay. So that's what it means. And now moving to concept called float constant. Float constant is nothing but the decimal. What you can say it as. Uh, you can say it as the decimal values, like point values. For example, 38.13. This floating values. These floating values are called as float constants because it has fractional values as well. That's why it is called as float constant. Okay. Now moving next, we have float constant, and also first thing is what we have seen is in numerical integer. Now we will see uh, character constant. So character constant is nothing but we have single character constant and string character constant. So we represent. Let me erase this because it will be confusing for you. So single character constant is nothing but A to Z or capital A to capital Z. So we represent character constants within a single inverted comma, which is like this. We represent a single character constant in this manner, and also we represent double string constant is nothing but a set of characters like ABC. Okay, my name Lokesh is also a string. So we represent string constant within a double inverted commas. Okay, this is very important. Without this, your code will throw an compiler error. These are very important. Okay, these are the syntaxes which you need to follow. Syntax is nothing but the rules you need to follow to execute the code. Okay. Now let's. I think I have explained. Now let's do some reading. Okay. So what are we studying? We are studying constant. What is a constant? Constant is nothing but a fixed value that do not change during the execution of program. This execution of program is very important because the value of a constant can be changed in the program, but during the execution you cannot change the program. That's what it means. That's what it means. That's what it meant by fixed constant. Okay. Now there are so many types of constant. We have numerical constant. We have character constant. So in numerical constant, we have integer constant and float constant. What is an integer constant? Decimal constant, octal constant, hexadecimal constant. Now let's read what is an integer constant here. An integer constant is a whole number without any fractional part. There are three types of integer constant. One is decimal constant, like I've discussed, 34, 900, 347. So if you look at the range is from C. Like I've said told you before, the range starts from 0 to 9. So the range is from 0 to 9. So what does it mean that what does it mean by 0 to 9? It means that every character can be in the range of 0 to 9. Okay, that's what it means. It can only be in between 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what it means. So in octal, the range is from 0 to 7. So 0 to 7 means the range cannot cross. The range cannot cross beyond 0, beyond 7. That's what it means. So the values can be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And also 7, you can have 7. So so every character in octal will have only these values. Other than that, it will not have any value. Okay. Now coming to hexadecimal constant, the range is from 0 to F. 0 to F means like 0 to 9. And also we have A, B, C, D, E, F. So these are the ranges of hexadecimal. So we represent in octal, if you want to represent any number, so we have to put 0 in front. So 0, 1, 2, 3. It means that it is an octal. To represent hexadecimal in the C programming, we represent it with 0x. Whenever you see 0x, it means that the number is represented in hexadecimal form. Whenever you see 0 in octal constant, it means that it is in octal constant format. So whenever you see 0, it means that you are in octal constant. If whenever you see 0x, it means that you are in hexadecimal constant. Okay, this is what about hexadecimal constant. Now coming to float constants, like the real values, like I told you before, right? The fractional part. Real or floating point numbers can contain both an integer and a fractional part in the counter. Floating number may be represented in two forms, either in the fractional or in the exponent form. A floating point number is a fractional form consisting of signed or unsigned digit, including point between digits. So the point represents what the fractional part, right? So and also we can have negative signs and positive signs as well. That is, you can do it. Uh, so one thing you must remember that if you are in a like I have told you, right? Any number will be represented in binary format, like in zeros and ones, right? 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. It will be represented in this format. Whenever you see 0 in the MSB means most significant digit, which means this digit is called as MSB, and this digit is called as LSB, which means that least significant digit. Sorry, LSB. Sorry, LSB only, least significant bit, and most significant bit and least significant bit. So whenever you see MSB as 0, it means it's a positive number. Whenever you see MSB equals to 1, it means the number is a negative number. Okay, number is negative. This is negative. So whenever you see MSB as 0, it means it is positive. Whenever you see MSB 1, it means it is negative. Okay, that's what you need to understand. So you all know that decimal numbers are represented in sorry the floating numbers are represented with the point. These are fractional part. These are uh, the decimal values. Now these things are high level concept. All you need to understand is just very large and very small numbers are represented using the exponent form. The exponent notation user is e or small e. Okay. This is a high level language which is very complicated for you to understand as of now. Just behave this stuff. This is not up to your mark to for you to understand. Now coming to a single character constant. Character constant is usually a single character. Let me erase this. As a character is a single constant character or any symbol enclosed by apostrophe or single quote. So single quote. This is very important. It is enclosed within a single quotes like this. This is very important. It should be enclosed within a inverted commas. Single inverted, that is also important. On the string concept, we have set of characters. Is the sequence of characters enclosed between double quotes is called a string. So these are sequence of characters, right? Allowable. And it should be enclosed within a double quotations. This is also very important for you to understand. Now moving to punctuations, like there are 23 characters used as punctuations in C, like plus these are nothing but special characters. Okay, okay, fine. Now comes the most important part, operators. Why do we need operators? To do operations. If you do only if you do operation, only then we will be able to apply new applications, right? So what are all the operators we have in C programming? First thing we have arithmetic operator. What does it do? It does 2 plus 3, 2 minus 3, 2 into 3, 2 divided 3, 2 mod 3. Mod 3 means a remainder. What remainder means, like when 2 is divided by not like this. And 3 is divided by 2. What will be the remainder? Remainder will be what? 2 only, right? That's what it means by remainder. This is 5, this is minus 1, this is 6, this is also this is 0, right? Yeah, that's what it means by arithmetic operators. Now moving to assignment operator, we have A, this simple one, everyone knows A, 2, right? Like what does it mean? Like A equals to B plus C, right? B is the assignment number. It means that uh, right hand side is being assigned to the left hand side. So the value of B plus C will be assigned to A. Okay, that's what it means. Now coming to relational operator, it means it is used for comparing the values. Like we we will we will check whether A is greater than B, or B is less than C, or B is less than or equals to, or A is equals to B, or A not equals to B. This means that A is not equals to B. There is a condition. It means now we have next thing we have what do we have is logical operators. Logical operators mean this is called as logical OR, which means that let me show you an example of what it means. Let me erase this. Uh, Logical operators means like we want to see whether, for example, A is greater than B or A is greater than C. We use this OR condition. Like it means that either this is true or the see uh, OR means like how to put it? For example, if there is a condition like if condition which you don't know it yet, but just try to if he's used for condition, just believe me that if he's used for if conditions, if he's used for condition checking, so it means that A is greater than B, and if this is true, and also if this is true, it will that inside part will get executed, right? Like, or else if this is false and this is true, and also this part between this inside this part will be get executed, or else if both of them are false, then inside this flower braces it will not be exit. Only if both the conditions fails, then only the inside part will not get executed. Either so other than that, everything will get other than that condition. The inside the code which is inside the if condition will get executed. That's what it is. So so what does and means? And means the symbol that and is very simple. Like and is very simple. What does it mean? Means what does it means is uh, only if both the conditions are true, only then the inside part will get executed. That is the contingency, nothing else. So if one of them is false, then inside the flower based code will not get executed. That is as simple as that. So it's quite opposite to and off, right? Yeah. And not is nothing but the reverse of this thing. See, if A is greater than C, if you put not here, it means that it is simple nothing but A less than C. That's what it means. The opposite of A greater than C. That's it. Nothing else. If you put opposite nothing was quite reverse. Now coming to this is what you call what which one you completed. Now coming to conditional operator, this is called as conditional operator. Uh, how to put it? Mm, yeah, conditional operators means this is used for in switch case like when you switch A and then case one we use this condition. In switch cases we use this conditional operators. Okay, and then we have increment and decrement operator. It is like self-incrementing. This operator is a self-incrementing operator. When you give a variable, it then a plus it means that it will increment its value of a by one. That's what it means. For example, if a value of a is 5 and after that we give a plus plus, it will be value of a will be 6. The same case with a minus minus. If we give if the value of a is 6 and then we give a minus minus with the value of a will be what do you call 5, right? That's what it means. Now we have bitwise. A bitwise operator is like the operator. It's an operator which will be operated on the bits. Meaning, like I told you, that we have the whatever the values it might be, it will be in the binary format only 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, right? It will be in this format only, and on these values, the operators will get executed. For example, let me show you an example. If we give and first, let me erase this so that you can get understand. So bitwise operators, like example, let's take example. Sorry, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. We now let's do bitwise and so 0 and 0 is 0, 1 and 0 is 0, 1 is 1, 0, 0, 1. So the result will be like this. So bitwise operator, like it will operate on the bits, not on the decimal numbers. Okay. Size of operator is nothing but it will find the size of the variable. Like for example, if we give a size of it will return the value of the size of the a, like how much genotype it is using. That's what it returns. Okay. Now moving to variable. One second. Yeah. Now moving to variable. A variable is an object or element that may take on any value or a specified type. A variable nothing but identifiers which are used to identify variables programming example. Like I have discussed identifiers, right? It is similar to variable. Identifier is nothing but a variable. That's simple. The same previous understanding. Now data. This is a very important thing. Data type. What is a data type? What is a data type? We know that variable. A variable is nothing but which is used to store the data. So when you give a equals to 10, it means that the value 10 is being stored in a, right? But how can we? But in the same way, we can also say that 10.23, right? So for different constants, we have to give different data types. Otherwise, the programmer, the system will not understand which variable we are giving. So it is very important to give data type at the beginning for the system to understand. This is very important, right? But so there are two types of data types. One is simple data type or a fundamental, which is predefined, or else derived data type, which is user defined. So simple data types are like what? Int, char, float, and double. So, what is an int? The variable is an integer are stored in 2 bytes. They range from minus. So, when you give the variable as integer data type in a equals to something like, it means that the value of a can store the value that can store the values from range between this much to this much. So the size of the a is 2 bytes, right? So if I give the operator like the size of a and a is defined within the it will return 2. Okay, that's what it means. So the character means that the variable is a character type, which means can store only one variable, one character. Like you can only store b or c. Other than that, no, it's sure. That's what it means. Float means like this means that the variable is a real number stored in 4 bytes. Like 4 bytes means 32 bits. So one byte is nothing but 8 bits. Okay, this is very important. And this means that the variable is a double processing float. So here the size of the decimal number is 8 bits, it is nothing but 64 bits. 64 bits. What do you mean by 64 bits? It means that in a line of bits, there will be 64. There will be 64 bits. That's what it means. Like 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, so up to 64 bits. Now, data type means data types are constants from a single data type and another data type. So this is not required as of now. So all you need to understand, see, you need to understand this table. When you give variable type as character, the keyword is char, byte record is one, unsigned character, unsigned. What does unsigned means? Means like I have told you, right? If you're representing a number, the MSB, right? So if the MSB is 0 or 1, this means this when this comes into picture, it means that it is signed. If it is unsigned, if it is unsigned, then the last bit will be counted as a digit accounting to its value. Okay. So the range. So since then there won't be any plus or minus. So the last digit would be like from starting from 0 to 255. That's it. Integer means in 2 bytes. Short integer means 2 bytes. Long integer means 4 bytes. Unsigned integer means 2 bytes. It will range from year to year. Yeah. Right. Right. So all these things you need to just by heart. Nothing else. We can't do anything. Now operator. This is for competitive programming. This is very important. Precedence means precedence and associative precedence of an operator. What does it mean? Precedence is defined as an order in which the operator in a complex evaluation are evaluated. And associative means when two or more operators have same precedence, then the concept of associativity comes into picture. So I will let me give you an examples for you to understand this. Okay. So if given an expression like a plus b into c minus d by e plus f again mod r power w. Given an expression like this, right? So given an expression like this, what you will do? So it is simple. Like so, which one to be executed? So whether we should execute this one first or this one, we don't know, right? So that's where precedence and associativity comes in picture. So just look at this table. What comes first in within this given expression? What comes first here? Do you have raise? No. Dot? No. Plus plus? No. Increment? No. Decrement? No. So, but we have star. We also have we also have this division. We also have mod operator. So here we have star, division, and mod. So which one needs to be executed first? Right, right, right. So which one needs to be executed first? Do me a favor. Let's just not include this power. Power. You need to understand something new concept to do this. So out of all the three operators which you have in the expression, which one needs to be get executed first? So here also we have given us, here comes, see, choosing which one needs to be get executed is called as precedence. And out of all the precedence of equal precedence, which one needs to be get executed? That is called as associativity. Okay. So it is given that left to right. So this is left and this is right. So whichever operator in the of the same precedence comes first from left to side. So moving from left to right, whichever comes first, that thing needs to be getting executed. So first comes the star, A, B into C, and after this we have to execute B divide E, and after we have to exit this thing, right? And after the we have plus minus. So next thing we have to exit this thing. We don't know whether we have to exit this or this two or this two. So what does it say again? We have to move again from left to right. So we are executing this and then again this and then again they explain this thing. That's how we execute. So take few examples of your own and just try to solve it. You will be understanding it. Okay. Now moving on to type conversions. Type conversion is nothing but see we do sometimes in coding we do like a equals to b. Let's see, right? This simple. Or we will do also a equals to b. What if uh, a is of type integer and b is of type char? What will happen like this? What if b is of char and this is of int and then this is of double? What will happen? So to define this kind of problem, uh, type conversion comes into picture. What does type conversion do? So basically, in type conversion, there are two types. One is implicit, another is explicit. So if what does implicit do? Implicit will automatically convert from one data type to another data type. Okay. Explicitly, we have to explicitly mention which data type we are converting. Otherwise, the system will throw you an error. Okay. It is very important. So which one is implicit and which one will be explicit is important to understand. Now, if we are converting smaller data type of size, smaller data type to a bigger data type, then it is called as implicit. It will be so because there won't be any problem, right? Smaller means smaller is 2 bytes. This is a 4 bytes, and there won't be any issue because 2 bytes can be easily converted into 4 bytes. Now, the problem will where we'll get is if you're converting 8 bytes to like 4 bytes. This is where problem comes because 4 bytes of data is being synced into 8 bytes of data is being synced into 4 bytes is like error, right? Because you'll be losing the data, losing a 4 bytes of data, which is wrong in point of C program. That is very wrong. So this is what it means by time conversion. So if we want to solve this thing, we have to explicitly mention this which data type we are converting. In case of implicit, we don't have to mention anything. It will directly be converted. That's what it means. So whatever I said is mentioned in this piece of notes. Just try to read it. You will understand. There is nothing much to read as well. Yes. So we will be taking input output in C in the next class. As of now, we will end the course. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.